Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on this pre-Turkey Day Wednesday. How you doing, baby?
I'm great. How are you?
I can already, I can smell the Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, it's going to be so good.
I'm pretty excited.
Me too. We're going to have some people here, which is going to be kind of nice. Taking a look at my calendar for today, I wanted to see who I'm going to be talking to. Oh, I'm actually excited about this. Julian King is going to be my guest today, and he's with Xoom. And if you've never heard of Xoom, I bet you've heard of PayPal. It's the same company. Xoom, Xoom, is a different way to send money. And I'm excited to visit with Julian to find out how all this stuff works. So Julian King from Xoom will be our guest later in the program. At the 1936 Berlin Summer Olympics, Haiti and Liechtenstein found out they had the same flag. Liechtenstein later added a crown. So nobody knew that before.
Really?
They got there, they're like, that's our flag. No, that's our flag. Like, it is? Well, I feel like maybe.
What year?
That was 1936.
Oh.
It's a little bit embarrassing.
I could see how they maybe wouldn't.
Why wouldn't they have just Googled it, Heidi? Oh, yeah, that's why. It is believed that people have been wearing shoes for more than 10,000 years. Did you know that?
They found an insole.
Yeah, that was like 5,000 years old. So 10,000 years they've been wearing shoes now. So son of a gun. That's pretty cool stuff. Coming up, some special things happening today. We'll tell you all about it in a bit.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
It is Wednesday, November the 23rd. It is Doctor Who Day. It is Fibonacci Day. I don't know what that is. Fibonacci?
I don't know.
I should just say it really fast. Let's pretend like I didn't say it yet. It's Fibonacci Day today.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. You excited?
I was wondering when that was.
Oh, man, I'm so excited for that. No clue what it is. International Day to End Impunity for Crimes Against Journalists. Okay. It is also International Image Consultant Day. Oh, the image consultants got together and said, hey, we really need to work on our image. Let's consult on that. Maybe we can do it on Wednesday, November 23rd. It's also Taiwan On Day. Maybe that's getting ready for the family members that are going to be here tomorrow. And it's National Espresso Day.
There you go.
I have not had an espresso in years, so I'm going to have an espresso today.
Love espresso.
It's kind of like coffee with a kick, right? It's like a little more wound
It
up.
comes in a very teeny tiny cup, and it's
So,
super duper
it's just
duper strong.
But it's like coffee with a kick, that's all. So I'm going to have a little bit of that on this National Espresso Day.
John and Heidi.
Would you like to lose weight? You could wait till New Year's to make a resolution, but most people that do that are done with them in a few weeks. No, they don't hit their goal. They just give up. If you struggle to keep your weight where you'd like it, maybe you should consider hypnosis. Many people have amazing results with hypnosis, and it's not as expensive as you think. We have a special weight loss hypnosis program for just $60 at radiosavings.com. Hypnosis can help reduce the cravings that cause you to overeat. Learn more about this special hypnosis weight loss system from Extreme Power Hypnosis at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
You know it's true because you heard it on the radio. Today, we take a trip to Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes and at least one idiot.
Okay.
Accused of a DWI, this person had a very bizarre excuse for her alleged activity. You know what drove her to drink?
What was that?
It was Trump's fault.
Oh, of course.
She says, his election anyway. 33-year-old Elizabeth L. Lundberg was arrested the day after the election when she rear-ended a vehicle, causing that vehicle to crash into another vehicle. Lundberg told officers, I'm upset over the outcome of the election, and you should just let me go home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just let her go home.
Here's the thing. If you're upset, you should have just stayed home if you're going to tie one on. I'm just saying. Oh, by the way, today is Taiwan On Day. I don't know if you knew that. And speaking of Trump, he's got another story here, so I'm going to just throw that in because I think this one's kind of funny as well. President-elect Donald Trump's ex-wife, Ivanka, that's the mother of his three oldest children.
Yeah.
There's a story that says that she wants to be the ambassador to the Czech Republic. Is that how it works? You just say, if that's the thing, Heidi, what do you want? I want to be something too.
I want to be something.
I want to be the ambassador to the Bahamas. Can I be that? Whatever, She wants the Czech Republic. She's his ex-wife. Do you think that's the way it works? You just say, I want this and I get it? I don't think that's the way it works, is it?
I want to be like head of alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
No, I don't think you should be in charge of that.
I think I should.
You shouldn't even be allowed to.
I think I should. I mean, that should be a convenience store. I could like. We could start a chain.
No.
Donald Trump likes to profit on things. We could work together.
Well, this young lady in Minnesota was drinking and driving, and it was Trump's fault. And his ex-wife thinks that she should be in charge of, the ambassadorship to Czech Republic. So I think we need to just make a wish list.
They actually still get along
That's
very
cool.
well. I
That
could
is cool.
totally see him
banishing her to. Oh no, that's not what it is. You are the what was it again? Ambassador. You're the ambassador to the South Pole. See ya. All right. You know it's true because you heard it on the radio.
John and Heidi.
The John and Heidi Show is brought to you in part by the Keystone Treatment Center.
This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. We share silly stories here on the program, but addiction is no joke. If you or someone you know suffers with an addiction to drugs or alcohol, make today the day you seek help.
Call toll-free 844-204-1055.
That's a toll-free number. Again,
844-204-1055.
And this is your brain on drugs. If you're calling the police to report a crime, make sure you're not the one committing a crime. 28-year-old man reported a burglary. Faces charges after responding officers found marijuana in his room. Criminal complaint says that the pipe was in plain view.
Oh, my.
They said they saw seeds and stems. The complaint said they returned with a search warrant and found more marijuana and paraphernalia. He faces charges of felony marijuana possession, several misdemeanor counts, could face up to 26 months behind bars.
What crime was he reporting?
Somebody broke into his place.
Ah.
So it's like, hey, I had somebody break in here. Oh, yeah, and they planted all those drugs.
Yeah.
That's why I was calling you.
He was
No, it's
probably
not
upset
mine.
over the election.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what somebody earlier. For those of you that just tuned in, you missed it. That's why you have to just tune in and listen from beginning to end.
You gotta leave it on this.
Yeah, the entire time. It's only a few hours. What do you have to lose? Coming up, we've got your moment of duh. You don't want to miss it.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh. Getting a new fire engine causes a moment of duh for an Alabama fire department. The Livingston Fire Department in Alabama was pretty tickled when they got a brand new 75-foot ladder and pumper truck. That's exciting stuff.
That is exciting.
Only problem, once they got it, they found out that, oh no, it doesn't fit in our fire station.
Oh, my gosh.
So now they were just allocated funding for a new 30 by 50-foot building to house it. No explanation on how they're going to fit a 75-foot truck into a 50-foot building, so maybe this is an addition. Either that or they're just really, really not good at math. I hope somebody gets a hold of them ahead of time. 30 by 50-foot building for a 75-foot truck? Guys, you're still not going to be able to fit it in there.
It's still not going to work.
Maybe that's an addition. I hope.
Goodness.
I hope. Coming up, we've got your scoop of the day. That is on the way.
The Scoop of the Day is brought to you by Wells Blue Bunny. If you want delicious ice cream, be sure to look for the Blue Bunny. Sure to have your favorite flavors. Learn more at bluebunny.com.
Now your scoop of the day. Nearly 70% of the people questioned in a recent poll said they are ruder than they were 20 or 30 years ago. The trend was noticed more in large places than small places, but they were still even ruder in small places. More urban people said that they had bad manners in their area. 74% said that. Rural areas said it was only 67%. But still, more people rude today than 30 years ago. What do you think about that, Heidi?
I would agree
I
with
don't
that.
even care what you think. I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing. For those of you, by the way, who say that I'm mean to Heidi on the program, I'm just teasing. I'm not trying to be mean. I had somebody say that.
So mean to me.
Are you
are
serious?
So mean.
I had somebody say that the other day that because I cut you off on something. And it was like that where it was a joke, but they didn't know it was a joke. They're like, well, you're kind of mean to your wife on the radio sometimes. I'm like, I'm a wise guy. I wasn't being. So I apologize.
I actually think that's very funny because I'm so mean to you.
And the funny thing is, we also this weekend met some new listeners. By the way, thank you so much for listening. And we love it when we bump into people that listen. But it was funny because they said, oh, you're Heidi? Oh, I love that. And what's your name again? It's Jeff, Jim, Josh.
That
Zippy,
happens
Zappy.
often.
I'm like, it's John. It's the John and Heidi show. I would be John.
Even with top billing,
I know.
you aren't memorable.
Apparently, nobody cares. Hey, North Korea has made a state request to officially tell Chinese people to quit calling their glorious leader Kim Jong-un fat, because apparently that's a big deal in China. So, like,
because if you look at,
I know
he's not from China.
No, but he's from North Korea. But in North Korea, the government of North Korea has put a plea to the people of China saying, quit calling our, and I put in quotes because it's in quotes, our glorious leader, Kim Jong-un, quit calling him fat.
He probably sent that out himself.
I'm sure he did. Send an email, my glorious leader. Former President Bill Clinton had a private telephone conversation with Donald Trump as he was getting ready to announce his run for the White House. There is now speculation that Bill Clinton actually encouraged him to run against Hillary. I would not want to be Bill Clinton right now if that's the case.
But you know what? There are also, the WikiLeaks reported that Hillary and her people were conspiring to make Donald Trump the nominee because they thought he would be the easiest to beat.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's going on there.
So, yeah. So if he was talking to Trump and saying, hey, you should totally run, this would be awesome.
Well, how'd that work out for you? Hey, Bruce Springsteen is in the news, and it's not because he was singing a song somewhere, other than maybe he was singing a song of sorrow on the side of the road. But the good news is a group of U.S. veterans stopped and picked him up as the boss was broke down on Veterans Day. And this happened as the boss from New Jersey took a little road trip on his bike and it broke down. Members of the Freehold American Legion gave the singer a ride to a nearby bar.
Aww.
And they waited with him for 45 minutes until his ride arrived. How cool is that?
How cool would that be?
So what'd you guys do for Veterans Day? Well, we gave Bruce Springsteen a ride home. His motorbike broke down. What kind of motorbike does he have if it's breaking down? He can afford a really nice one, can't
Wouldn't
he?
you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Or at least afford AAA.
I don't know. I can't imagine thumbing a ride if you're the boss. Wait a minute, aren't you Bruce Springsteen? Yeah, shut up. My bike's broke. Leave me alone. Hey, too much
He was
sodium.
born to thumb a ride.
Okay, moving on. I was going to say he was born to run, but I'll just move on. Too much sodium can make you feel bloated, but can also give you a gut. Yeah, according to an Australian study, people who ate pasta with a salty sauce took in 11% more calories than those who had less salty versions. That's because of excessive.
What's that?
That's because excessive salt may override feelings of fullness. So even though you're full, you don't know it. So they're saying it could lead to you getting a little chubbier. So there you go. That's from Men's Health.
I'm sure lots of things have led to us getting a little chubby.
Yeah, I got a whole
I don't
list.
think it's just
Do you want that alphabetically, or how do you want that? All right, it's going to do it for your scoop of the day on this Wednesday.
John and Heidi.
We just wrapped up one of the most contentious elections in the history of our nation. Some are excited about the outcome, others not so excited. We want to remind you that we're still one nation, under God, indivisible. We've made it through many things, and we'll make it through this too. Let's do it together. At PoliticalStorm.com, we've been covering this election from both sides, and we want to thank the many contributors that have helped make that possible. We also invite you to become a contributor too with a free blog. Let's share all of the reasons to come together and unify as a nation. Share your voice at PoliticalStorm.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. Today we've got a special guest joining us from PayPal and their new company, Xoom. We have Julian King. Julian, how are you doing today?
I am well. Thanks so much for having me on.
Julian, tell us a little bit about the big announcement you guys recently made and why this big announcement is good news for the people listening to the program right now.
Well, we're announcing two great product innovations from Xoom, which is PayPal's cross-border money transfer service, and from PayPal itself. The first is a new request money feature, which was specifically designed for people who are receiving money from the United States in countries like Mexico or the Philippines or India. It makes it easy for those customers to sign up for an account at Xoom and request money from people here in the United States without having to provide complicated information like where they want to pick up the money or bank accounts over the phone or through other mechanisms. So it really eliminates any errors around cross-border money movement. Big breakthrough for those folks. The second thing that we're announcing, and that's big news as well, is that we are integrating Xoom's cross-border capabilities into PayPal.com. That's really exciting because it expands customer choice for PayPal's 87 million customers here in the U.S. They are now going to be able to send money directly to bank accounts in over 50 countries, often in seconds or minutes. They'll be able to send money for cash pickup in those countries, for bill pay, for mobile top-up. Very, very big expansion of services from PayPal utilizing Zoom's cross-border services.
That's really cool. Now, the money transfer landscape has changed a lot. There's some specialized companies out there that are doing some things. So how is it the offerings that you have at Zoom different from the other companies?
Cross-border money movement was in the dark ages before Zoom came along, and Zoom has been a leader and pioneer in the space in moving a cross-border services from a cash-based, inefficient, in-store techniques to digital platforms. We led the move to online services. We led the move to offering instant deposits to bank accounts in other countries much faster than clunky SWIFT wire systems. We've led the move to mobile money transfer services cross-border. Today, about 3/4 of our transactions are originated on mobile platforms, such as our mobile app. So we are committed to innovation in this space, which is why we are bringing in this new request money feature. If you imagine you're in Mexico and you're a mom who needs to pay bills, today in many cases you have to perhaps take a day off work, go to 4, 5, 6 different locations to pay bills. Now your son here in the U.S. can pay those bills for you without you having to go out all day long. So big innovations.
Now, there are some out there that do cash-only transactions, thinking that that's a safer way, but I'm reading in your info that that actually could be less safe. Explain that to us.
We believe that digital services are a large step forward in reducing the risks around money movement. And we are committed to security, convenience, efficiency, and speed. With the digital services, neither the sender nor the recipient needs to worry about being in any physical danger, which is a big step forward. And we take your privacy and security, data security, very, very seriously at PayPal and PayPal's cross-border service Zoom.
Again, visiting right now with Julian King, Chief Marketing Officer and Head of Business Development at Zoom. Julian, I'm sure there are people listening right now that have never utilized a service like this before. So if there's somebody that wants to use a money transfer service, what are some of the questions they should be asking, whether they're going to utilize their bank or a service like Zoom? What are some of the questions they should ask before they actually do this?
Things that you should ask about are how secure is the service? How quickly does the money get there? How convenient is it for you? Can you send any time of day when you need, or do you have to take time off work, for example? Those are the kind of questions that you might ask. If you need to send you can go to PayPal.com to send money cross-border from your PayPal account and avail of these new Zoom services. Or you can go directly to Zoom.com, that's XOOM.com, or download our app from the Google Play Store or the App Store.
Julian, it's been fun to chat with you. I've learned a lot. Thank you so much for taking the time to visit with us today. And also thank you for all the innovations that are making our lives easier, too.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Again, our guest today has been Julian King, and he is the Chief Marketing Officer and Head of Business Development for Zoom. That is a division of PayPal. If you'd like to find them online, their website is XOOM.com. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Are you ready for Duel? Kyle Dowling on guitar, Brett Gunderson on bass, Sam DeVito on drums, and frontman Duel Shape.
Gotta keep rocking, gotta keep sucking, bringing it down like rain.
Duel's new single just hit iTunes and it's selling fast. Get your copy now.
When you're locked in chains and you feel no pain, Supernova gonna get you too.
Their first single, Supernova, is available now for less than $1. Learn more and find a direct link to buy Supernova at facebook.com/duelrocks.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's up, John?
According to sources, actress Meg Ryan's full name given at birth is, you ready for this?
Sure.
Margaret Mary Emily Ann Hyra Ryan.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, that was her full name. I wonder why she goes by Meg.
I've always loved her, though. I've always loved Meg Ryan.
Why is that? I noticed that you're a big...
She is adorable.
Yeah, she is, but you like her a little too much, I think.
Not so much now that she's older. She really didn't age super great.
Thanks, Heidi. Everybody listening right now is just going, oh, Heidi likes Meg Ryan just like I do.
I do love Meg Ryan.
And then you're like, well, not now that she looks like a sea hag. Way to go, Heidi. That's pretty much what you said.
I did not say that.
All right.
But
Hey.
she did the whole collagen thing in her lips.
Yeah, don't do that stuff. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
I'm just changing the subject. Most dust particles in your house are actually dead skin cells. Ugh. That's not a fun fact.
All right.
This is a fun fact, though. Listen to this. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The Chinese used to use lions like we use hunting dogs. Yeah. During the reign of
Really?
Kublai Khan. Oh, Kublai Khan? Is that how you say it?
I have no clue.
Our son would know. I think it's Kublai Khan.
Would know.
Anyway, he's probably listening right now going, you are such an idiot. During the reign of Kublai Khan, they used lions on hunting expeditions. They trained lions to pursue and drag down big animals from wild bulls to bears, and then they would stay there with the animal until the hunter arrived.
That is crazy.
That is crazy.
And then it would attack the hunter.
Yeah, I want to get a lion now. Couple of fun facts for you on a Wednesday.
John and Heidi.
This is the world's first and only 7-time lottery game grand prize winner. Since I endorsed Lottolicious, I have won something every single draw. When you join, you'll be giving them the set of numbers that you want them to play, and that's what they will play for you. You don't have to worry about running to the store to buy your tickets. They take care of all that. So if you're looking for the best way to play the lottery, go to RadioLottoPool.com and join today. Again, that's RadioLottoPool.com.
Thank you for listening on this Hump Day, Wednesday, the 23rd day of November. We're almost there. Thanksgiving is tomorrow.
Yes.
How did that happen, man? I've got the 10.
And then the day after that is Black Friday.
Yeah. I've got for you here Thanksgiving foods, the result of an important new poll on Thanksgiving. The most important stuff. This is what happens if you ask people, what do you think of when I ask you about Thanksgiving? What do you look forward to eating the most? The answer is?
Turkey.
Yeah, that's number one. Top 10 answers on the board.
Which I don't understand because turkey is pretty cheap. You could eat it year-round.
Survey says?
We just don't.
Turkey, 46%. Stuffing, 17%. Pumpkin pie and mashed potatoes tied at 6%. Sweet potatoes or yams at 4%. Ham and other pies came in at 3%. Cranberries and cranberry sauce, 2%. Oh, veggies also at 2%. So there was somebody that said, I'm so excited for Thanksgiving. I'm finally going to get some vegetables. Is that the day of the year you get those? Oh, goody gumdrops.
Maybe they mean the relish tray. Because I do look forward to the relish tray.
These are the ones that get more confusing.
How often do you have a relish tray?
Here's the ones that are more confusing. All at 1%. Salad, casseroles, and other desserts.
But maybe they're talking about like strawberry pretzel salad because I look forward to that every Thanksgiving.
That could be it.
So it could be the delicious salads that get thrown out.
Some people couldn't choose, so they said everything. What are you looking forward to the most? Oh, just everything.
Oh my gosh.
That was 2%. And then 6% said other. So 6% said something other than all the stuff we just listed. What could you possibly have other than that?
We make banana cream pie.
So do you think that would have been other?
That could be the other.
No, because other pies was 3%.
Oh, well then.
So I'm not sure. What do you look forward to the most on Thanksgiving? Probably the pepperoni pizza. I think that would be the one I'm looking forward to. I have no clue what other would be. I am confused. All right, coming up, we've got some more fun stuff on this pre-Thanksgiving Day program. It's the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.
John and Heidi.
When is the last time you changed the air filter on your furnace? Now, don't be embarrassed. That happens to a bunch of us. The furnace filter should be changed often. This will help your heating and cooling system run more efficiently, and it'll even extend the life of your system. Now, there's an easy way to make it happen. Filter Easy, a new subscription service that delivers your size filter right to your door on the schedule you choose. It's easy. Filter Easy. One less thing to worry about. Learn about a special offer available now at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
As we approach Thanksgiving, we have a perfect opportunity to teach our kids the value of words like thank you, and to use those things in everyday life. This is a great opportunity to say thank you for all kinds of things. Mm-hmm. Focus on the Family has a parenting department, and they have developed a 7 Days of Gratitude placemat. And it's a downloadable placemat that you can put on the dinner table there for Thanksgiving Day. And it has ways to express your gratitude to each other for a whole week by asking questions like, what privileges and things do you have that others don't have? And what gifts are you thankful for? If you like this 7 days of gratitude placemat, I have a link at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
That's actually lovely.
It is.
I really like that.
Heidi,
we should definitely
what
print
privileges and things do you have that others don't?
Well, I have a roof over my head. There are a lot of people that are not blessed with that. So that right there is huge.
And even when we're hungry, we still have food in the fridge. We open it up. It may be stuff, leftovers that don't look so hot, but you know what? There's food in there. So that's something to be thankful.
Leftovers that don't look so hot.
What was that stew thing that was on the top shelf?
You're the one who told me to save that.
I shouldn't have, because it sat there. I was like, I think it just winked at me. Anyway, coming up, we've got some more fun stuff on the way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Tomorrow is not a big restaurant day, although there's some restaurants that,
there are.
Yeah, and I've been reading about some that do some really neat things for people who don't have, plans with everybody else, so that's kind of cool. But in this restaurant, one thing you won't find is a waiter or a waitress. How crazy is this? It's like the future. Instead, you'll find 25 machines that will serve you.
Man.
It's a cafe, and it's the work of 9 college students in the city of Cologne in Germany. In addition to serving coffee or tea, the machines are programmed to even make comments and small talk from memory bank of 200 different tales.
Gosh.
So you push a button that says, let's see, coffee. Oh, you like coffee, huh?
Wow.
Here's a cup of joe for you. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know what they would do exactly. So there you go. Do you think that's something that we might see?
That is a little frightening.
You think we'll see those in the future here?
Probably, if they keep trying to raise minimum wage all across the country.
Well, and that's exactly what I was thinking when I read this, because we have, and I'm not saying that people don't deserve to make a living. I want you to make a living, but my concern is when you start pushing too much, then all of a sudden you're going to get replaced by a machine.
Yep, that's exactly what
we went
happened.
to Vegas, and there was a restaurant there that they were urging us, oh, hey, you can just order from the kiosk.
Yeah, if
and
you
I was
order
like,
from the
dude,
kiosk, you get a free taco.
I said,
or whatever.
I'm ordering from you. I'll skip
because
the taco.
We want you to keep
I want
your
you
job.
to keep your job, buddy.
Yeah.
I don't ever use the checkout lanes, the self-checkouts, for the same reason.
I don't either.
So, all right. Off my high horse, because coming your way, guess what we're going to talk about? The top 10 worst excuses for being late. That's on the way.
John and Heidi.
We just wrapped up one of the most contentious elections in the history of our nation. Some are excited about the outcome, others not so excited. We want to remind you that we're still one nation, under God, indivisible. We've made it through many things, and we'll make it through this too. Let's do it together. At PoliticalStorm.com, we've been covering this election from both sides, and we want to thank the many contributors that have helped make that possible. We also invite you to become a contributor too with a free blog. Let's share all of the reasons to come together and unify as a nation. Share your voice at PoliticalStorm.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. It's not often that we're late for work these days.
No.
Because it would be very noticeable if we were late for work.
But you're late for just about everything
Pretty
else.
much everything else. And it's usually because of work. Career Builder has a survey. 15% of workers say they arrive late to work at least once a week. 24% admit to making up fake excuses to explain their tardiness. 43% of managers say they don't mind if their employees are late as long as their work is completed with good quality. And others are much stricter, and they consider terminating employees if they're late several times. When asked to identify the primary cause for coming in late, more than 32% blame it on traffic. Falling back to sleep was number 7, or was 17% on, or 17%. So it was number 2.
I can't believe they admit that.
Yeah,
because that right there, as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned, would be grounds for termination. I just decided to go back to sleep.
I was like, hey, it's time to go to work. I thought, you know
I'm gonna
what?
fall back asleep.
I don't really want to go to work. 7% said long commutes were the cause. So, are you ready for some unusual excuses for being late?
Let's do it.
This is one of my favorite. While rowing across the river to get here, I got lost in the fog. What the? How do you get to work every day?
Wow.
Someone stole all my daffodils. What the? Number 3, I had to go to audition for American Idol. Hey, why were you late? My ex-husband stole my car, so I couldn't drive to work. That's not
That's
fun.
a legitimate
It is.
excuse.
My route to work was shut down by a presidential motorcade.
That's a legitimate excuse.
As
That'll
long
be
as-
very easily verified.
As long as the president was really in town.
Yeah.
If not, that's not a good excuse. I wasn't thinking and accidentally went to my old job.
Oh, wow.
I was indicted for security fraud this morning. Another real excuse. The line at Starbucks was long.
Wow.
I was trying to get my gun back from the police.
That would be an excuse that I could see myself using.
And our final story, our final bad excuse from Career Builders, I didn't have money for gas because the pawn shops were closed. Oh, no. That's sad. Okay, a couple of fun stories on the way. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
Always try to wrap things up around here with some good news, and I think this is good news. This is really neat, and I hope you've had a chance to see this online. If you haven't, I encourage you to peruse our Facebook page today and watch this. Lila McCall has her sights set on being the next American Ninja Warrior. Well, maybe not the next one, because right now she's only 5. She's going to have to make it through kindergarten before she can be the next American Ninja Warrior. She's from Colorado, and she's very impressive on her pint-sized obstacle course that her dad built. Have you seen this video?
I have not. I didn't even know there was an American Ninja
Oh, yeah.
Warrior.
It's a TV like game show. Yeah. Well, we don't
right.
watch it, but it's a good one. Gavin McCall is the young lady's dad. The obstacle course is a little progression from one McCall that he set up last year inside the home. This one is outside now.
Okay.
And there's stumps and all kinds of cool stuff. You got to see this video. In his posting of the video, it shows his new and improved course. McCall writes that Lila's daily excursions to neighborhood playgrounds helped her build up her strength. The video has since caught the attention of Matt Eisman, host of the Real Life America Ninja Warrior program, and he thinks that it's adorable. So, and this little girl, there's a cool obstacle course that she goes through. I don't think I could make it through this thing.
Probably not.
Then again, I don't think I can
watched
make
you chasing our dog around a chair yesterday, and I was a little concerned for your safety.
We have a little poodle across the Chihuahua, and it was funny because I was playing with her. I was gone for a while, and I came in, her little tail's wagging. So I walked towards her, and she ran around the chair. So I was like, hey, I'm going to chase her around the chair. I didn't realize it was going to turn into what it turned into. Felt like an episode of The Three Stooges for a while there. But anyway, back to this Lila McCall. Adorable, adorable little girl doing this course. And if you have a moment, check it out. Millions of people have seen this video, and you'll see why the second you see it. It's just awesome. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. That video is at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.